everyone, Senpai here, back with the 12th and final episode of Senpai ga Uzai Kouhai no Hanashi. Nailed it. So, last episode we had very much a New Year's theme, and even in real life it is about New Year's time. I mean, literally Japanese first right now at the time of recording for me. So yeah, pretty thematic in that sense. So yeah, a lot of fun was had. You know, the shrine visit, some craziness happened. Cosma, TV, Futaba, you saw how all that went down. Definitely the most memorable part of the episode, I would say, but just a lot of great stuff in general, especially between Cosma and Sakurai. But yeah, this is the 12th and final episode, so let's jump on in and see exactly how this show ends off. So, 3, 2, 1. Although, quick warning, I am still a little bit sick. I have been sick the past couple of days, but I'm feeling good enough to at least attempt to record, so hopefully it's fine. Okay, starting off the episode with some good news, some praise. Always a good start. Not to brag or anything, but yeah, definitely had Pat worthy. Just as usual, don't be careful not to break her. Well, yeah, but what's the appropriate amount? He never told him. You make a meme image out of that clip. I don't think he agreed. I hope that's true. Yeah, totally. Can you give some examples? I guess. I mean, that's something. I'm definitely gonna miss this show a little bit when it's over. Whenever you see there's like a bunch of like empty energy drink cans all around, you know someone's been working pretty hard. Really do love the sheer range of facial expressions we get from Futaba in this opening. Especially in this sequence here. I mean, nothing beats the face she has when she does the hand scrunchy thing. As expected of Takeda-kun. I knew he could do it. Ibutaba's down there clapping. Everyone just admiring how amazing he is. Considering how short Futaba is, I don't know how she even did that. So proud of her, Senpai. It's pretty cool. That's just Kenson, you know. Yeah, I knew we were going to bring that up at some point. Yeah, I'm awfully happy for it involving someone else. Why is Futaba so cute? Wow, even her hair was blushing. It's kind of impressive. Yes. But I want to help, Senpai. So I've heard. Man, she really is close with her. She just like zeroed in on that. Not that Futaba was particularly hard to read, but still. Can I help? Is this a chance to rely on Futaba? An opportunity hasn't presented itself. Please rely on me, Senpai. I can stand on my own 2 feet. Okay, got the okay. This is the best day ever. So happy for you, Futaba. Just dramatic coat putting on. I want a gif of that. Wow, they skipped it. But I guess good news is fine. I would like to have seen a little bit of it, but oh well. What's hilarious? I want in on the joke. Someone feeling lonely without Senpai. 5 more. Ain't that how it always goes? Nobody coming. Oh, there we go. Recognize that voice. Well, he's got a wall of women around him. How do we penetrate? I probably could have phrased that better. I had a feeling you'd be a bit triggered by that. Everybody wants a piece of the amazing Senpai. I think it might be jealousy. Just throwing a guess out there. Why would you sneak up on me like that, Senpai? Yeah, but yeah, as expected. Yeah, I can see how that'd be a bit odd feeling. Getting told off, Senpai. I hope so. Uh, uh, well, if you insist. I wonder why. And they're just like also much shorter than him too. Which is to be expected, it still just looks funny. Hey, you just pop in, don't you? Picture with my buddy and my bike. Well, then go for it. Should walk in with him. You are a mature adult woman after all. Nope, I am all alone. Kind of surprised she didn't ask to see your ID, but maybe that was on off screen. Yes, I'm sure that was so long ago. Oh, I actually gotta show it? Okay. Self-introduction. Man, it's so weird seeing meeting each other. But I'm so used to them all already knowing each other. Could you not do that? Somewhat. Somewhat, she says. I wanted to interact with Aoba Suzukaze so badly. Think that might stick? At least I like it better. Just she's so great. Is that gonna be our first bumping with Senpai? Well, yes. Whichever ones I can reach. Nice catch. Do your best. Oh god, I should have expected this. There's a face up one very triggered for Tabo. Oh god, I could not have went any worse. Because that was worse than how Sakurai treated her. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for his realization. You can really hear the anger in her voice. Oh, jeez, that aura. That's actually really well drawn. I feel like I've never seen that exact color of a evil, depressing aura before. And here we go. Change your death. Don't worry, you'll get along in the future. It's fine. Just staring daggers at him. Every time someone says that, it's not true. She's saying the words, but she's still very much angry, so. Yeah, didn't she, like, in the first episode say something about, wanting to be his wife when she was drunk? Man, she's been demoted even further. And I liked it that way. Could you go away? Did Senpai show up? Senpai showed up. Probably could have said he was her father and he'd believe it and then run away. Yeah, seriously. Not cool. And now everything's right with the world. Because I think this is pretty much the position we were in the first episode. And then I left. The bare minimum. Yeah. I figured he'd say something like that. Like, because she wasn't there, so why would he want to be there? Maximum blushing, too. It's all your fault, Senpai. Tashi no koto suki? Oh yeah, that was a line. Because you're drunk again. You're a senpai again. mentally, I think is what she's referring to. I would say so. Yeah, how rude of you. Senpai is so smooth. uh, God, Futaba. Is it just gonna end, or... Okay, at least we have the ED. Actually, there's a decent little bit left, actually. But, it was just funny during the conversation when she, called herself Namaiki, or Sassy as it was translated, because there was a couple moments where during the flashback especially, where I was thinking about that one scene from One Punch Man, where with Tatsumaki, and One Punch Man said something like, what's with his sassy child, or something like that. Even though she wasn't a child, similar situation as Futaba. So yeah, when she said that here, I got a kick out of that. Just to kind of explain, because I feel like I kind of laughed at what seemed like nothing there. But But yeah, if there's this much time left, there should be either really long credits or some kind of little stinger. We'll see. Yeah, stinger. Rain. Senpai, be my umbrella. I mean, it's kind of a staple in any kind of rom-com anime kind of thing. Because sharing an umbrella is an excuse to be, physically close to each other for an extended period of time. Hey, don't go out, you'll get wet. Yeah, get closer. Was that even a word? I should think she was trying to say baka there, but it didn't quite come out, really. Partial title drop. Yeah, that's a Lin card, too. Even got a banana eating back there. And we have Cosmo recording on his phone, which is, of course, same as that iconic part of the opening. But yeah, that was the 12th and final episode of Senpai ga Uzai Kouhai no Hanashi. So, yeah, that that was the final episode. And I thought it was pretty good. I don't really have any real complaints about it. Last episode, I felt a bit more like I was focusing on Kazuma and Sakurai, whereas this episode definitely felt more like we were focusing on our main couple, Futaba and Senpai. And I always call him Senpai. I know he has a name that's actually said in the show, but Senpai's easier to remember, and I kind of have fun saying the words, so that's that. But yeah, focus was definitely there. We even got like flashbacks to when they first met, which is I kind of love when shows do that. Like near the end of the show, they kind of flashback to see the initial meeting, because it has such a different feeling to it than if they did that at the beginning of the show. Because you know these characters are eventually going to get pretty close. They're going to get along. They're going to be friends. They're gonna hang out, right? But now, but to start off with, things are a little bit awkward, or sometimes there can be like a bit of a bumpy start, like when you offend Futaba by implying that she's childlike, which is clearly like a button of hers, like that you shouldn't push, because she gets upset with you. She got a little bit upset at Sakurai, but man, Senpai was so much worse about it, literally calling her, treating her like just straight up believing she was a middle schooler that was there on some kind of field trip or something. Like, he didn't even ask if she was, a new employee or whatever. Just immediately just went to that assumption, and man, Futaba was so unhappy about that. It was great. For the rest of the scene, her tone of voice remained in that same angry tone. So I enjoyed all of that. But yeah, for some reason I didn't really imagine they'd had such a rocky start. But I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, the show does have, Uzai in the title, and, there's usually a little bit of friction between her and Senpai just because of kind of a bit of a disconnect between how she wants to be treated and how he does treat her, right? Like, there's always been a little bit of that, so I guess it makes sense that would be there. That would kind of be how the first meeting went. But yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed all of the flashback stuff. Like, I almost wish that lasted longer, because that was just maximum level enjoyment throughout the whole thing. So, but yeah, also not just the flashback stuff, but we also had like some Futaba growth discussion, right? Like Futaba really obviously relied on her senpai, because that's kind of how the senpai Kouhai dynamic goes, right? You show up as a newbie, as a Kouhai, you don't really know what to do. You kind of need a little bit of help, and that's what a senpai is there for, to provide that help for you until you can stay on your own 2 feet and continue to, be that. And then when the next Kouhai comes, you can be a senpai to that Kouhai. That's kind of how the cycle goes, right? And Futaba kind of reached a point where she wants to showcase that she's gone through all that development and can do that. She wants senpai to rely on her, and she actually got the chance in the episode, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy Futaba as a character. It almost doesn't matter what she does, she's entertaining. But and I'll just, like I said, in the opening, she has a lot of facial expressions. In the show itself, she has a lot of facial expressions. But yeah, I also like the semi callback to the first episode with the two of them drinking at the bar and all that. But I think that's more or less everything I got to say on the final episode, really. But yeah, I think I pretty much touched on everything I wanted to talk about. But yeah, so yeah, this is usually where I talk about the show as a whole. But so yeah, this show, I did watch it because it was by Doga Kobo, one of my favorite studios. So almost always I'll give a show a shot on that basis. And I didn't really know too much about the show, aside from there was like a senpai Kouhai dynamic. I had like a vague understanding of that. But yeah, that's what we got, right? But also we have a bit of a size difference. Like, they're basically polar opposites, like physically, which is certainly interesting. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed a lot of their interactions throughout the course of the show. Futaba, I just really enjoyed as a cute character. Senpai was also pretty cool, reliable, senpai, right? And we also had like a bonus couple on the show, which was Kazuma and Sakurai, which they were not like titular characters the same way they were, but they were both very entertaining in their own right. They had a great dynamic going on as well. Sakurai, of course, absolutely gorgeous, so just her being on screen in general is a good thing. Kazuma with his usual like cool, aloof kind of disposition, right? But yeah, I also enjoyed their interactions. But and I kept thinking about New Game a lot throughout the show, just because I've watched the anime New Game several times. It's one of my favorite anime, and that show also has a short young girl that gets a job at a company and is kind of treated like a child a little bit because of her appearance, but does her best and all that. it has somebody in the company they look up to. There's just a lot of similarities, right? So I kept thinking about New Game as I was watching the show. That never really ended, but yeah, it kind of scratched a New Game itch for me a little bit, which I appreciated. Actually, I have less to say about the show than I thought I would. Like, because we also had Futaba's main friend, Natsumi, I think her name is, right? So, and she was great too. I loved all the flashback stuff we got with her. Like the one episode, we had a detailed dive into the relationship between her and Futaba, how they met, how their friendship developed, and all that. Which is one of my favorite episodes of the show, definitely. So that's an element that I really appreciated. Really appreciated being in the show. But there are some characters definitely got more screen time than others in this show. Like, I can't remember her name, Mona. I felt like could have used a little bit more screen time. I feel like, at the beginning she had a little bit more than she did at the later part of the show. But, because I liked her, she was a bit of a silly one. I know we had a bit of an eating contest or something that involved her, but overall I felt like she was a little underutilized with how entertaining of a character she was. Which is a bit unfortunate. But, yeah, I really don't have too much more to say about it. It was a fairly straightforward rom-com sort of anime with, pretty good cast of characters, and I enjoyed my time with it. I'm glad I watched it, but it is time to say goodbye. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction to the show, hope you click the like button, subscribe, support me on Patreon, stuff like that, and hope to see you in another video. Until then, bye-bye.